Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soul Bouquet, where we carpe our every damn diem. Um, so I do have a little bit of a different setup today. I'm gonna go back to the other one soon. It's just various circumstances happened, and I couldn't film the video where I usually do. But today's reading is on the new moon in Aquarius, which is happening on Thursday, 2021. Well, this Thursday. So by the time this reading comes up, it's going to be the full moon. You do have, the new moon. You do have 3 days from the new moon to do your new moon manifestation. But before I get started, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the new moon in Aquarius. So the new moon in Aquarius is actually the Chinese New Year. And the Aquarian energy is very modern and detached, and is about technology, and it is about one to many rather than one to one. So it's sort of like how you can help a group as in opposed to how you can help one particular person. And it's also an energy of being very wild and inventive and wacky and that sort of thing. So those are just some general energies for you to think about when you're thinking about your new moon manifestations. Anyway, so as always, I have 4 piles for you to choose from. This is pile 1, and this is pile 2. I know it's a blank one. It is on purpose. Well, I shuffled the cards and the blank one fell out. So then we have pile 3, and this is pile 4. So just do remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And yeah, I'll see you in your readings. Bye. Hello, everyone who chose pile 1 with this sigil. This is your reading. Once again, this reading is on the new moon in Aquarius and what you should be focusing on. In general, new moons are a good time for manifestation. So we're just going to take a little look into that for you. I've already drawn your tarot cards, and once I show you your tarot, I will explain your sigil, and I'll also show you your Moonology card, and then a little bit later on in the reading, we'll clarify with some oracle cards. So the tarot I got for you are Judgment, Strength, and for the last position, 2 came out, and they were the 7 of Swords and the King of Swords reversed. For the back of the deck, you had the Hanged Man. Okay, yeah. Okay, these are going to be a bit harder to see. Sorry about that. But clarifying, you have 7 of Wands. We're just going to put them like that. 2 of Swords. And then for the last position, you had the 7 of Cups. The back of the deck, you had the 9 of Wands reversed. Okay. Sorry about that. The layout is a bit strange once again. Anyway, so your sigil means victory is assured, and the Moonology card that you got means work through your fears. So just from that, I'm guessing that what I'm really picking up on is that there was some sort of venture that you wanted to do, but you wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. But you do have the card victory is assured, so that is a really good indication that you should go ahead and do it. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to the Hangman and the Nine of Wands, which is again the back of the deck energy. So what I'm picking up on here is sort of retying into that. So I do think there is some sort of venture that you want to go on, but you were afraid of it. However, right now you're coming out of your fear with the Nine of Wands in the reverse position. If it was in the upright position, I would say that you are just too afraid to do it. But I do think that you are coming out of the fear, but for some reason you are still tying yourself up. You are really going for it just yet. And what I just thought when I was saying that was it has to do with timing, but I'm not really, but take it as it resonates. I do want to say here as well, I usually don't go to the second back of the deck energy, but we have Justice and the Hermit reversed. So what I'm getting with the Justice card is this will be, I think I'm trying to say it's going to bring your life a bit more balanced. And with the Hermit reverse, it is saying that it's time to like get out of the hangman position. It's time to go ahead and do it and put your effort in, because victory is assured. There's nothing more to be afraid of here. Oops. So I'm going to come here to Strength and the Two of Swords. Sorry. Anyway, so with the Strength card, it's to me saying that you have sort of tamed the parts of you that are more afraid of this. Like the Strength card, as you can see, she's like has something balanced on the lion. She's like put a crown on the lion, because you can see that in the parts of her that she's afraid of, the more dangerous parts, there is worth there. And I do think that is coming into work through your fears, because even though you're afraid of what you can do, there is worth doing it. There's value in it, because victory is assured. But with the Two of Swords here, it is sort of saying to me that you aren't, even though you have tamed that part of yourself, I don't think you really know if it's between like wishful thinking and if it's your intuition. And I do think that you're a bit blocked off from that. Like in this card, you can see her back is to the moon and to the water. So it's like her back is turned on her, turned away from her emotions. And I'm sort of picking up on that this is a like opportunity or something like that that you have done before. Like this is not your first time going for it. And I do think that before it didn't really end too well. So that might be why you are hanging yourself up and why you're afraid of it. But from what I can see, it is a good thing for you to go ahead and pursue this. Next, we're going to come here to, Judgment, and it's being clarified by the Seven of Wands. So the Judgment card is really about bringing something back to life. And that's, again, with the theme of this is something you've done before. And with this Seven of Wands here, the Seven of Wands is about being defensive. And I feel like you are sort of, one of the other reasons why you are staying away from this is because you're trying to protect yourself from the hurt that you might have experienced before. Because I do think this is something you've done before, and last time it didn't really work out. But you do have victories ensured here, so you can work through your fears to get to where you are going, where you want to go. And with the Judgment card is about somewhat, like, as you can see here, there's an angel and it's bringing up the dead. Like, you are able to revive this, and it is a divinely guided inspiration that you have. So it is really saying go for it for this new moon. And this moon is about your wacky ideas, your crazy ideas. So even though it might seem strange, this is the perfect time for you to go and like try to achieve that. And then I'm going to come here to the outcome of your reading. So we have the Seven of Swords, the King of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Cups. So I do want to say that with these two, you do have 3 sevens in your reading. So 7 could be a number that you want to look out for. Like people always say 7 is a good luck number. I can't remember at the moment what it means in numerology, but I do think that 7 is significant for you here. Anyway, so with the Seven of Swords, I'm feeling that if you don't do this, you are really going to just sort of cheating yourself out of the goal that you have. And with the King of Swords here, yeah, firstly it is just cheating yourself out of the goal that you have, but I do see it as a second sort of thing. I do think that once you do go ahead and do this, you're going to want to keep quiet about it for a while, because a lot of times when you involve other people, they could like sort of get in your head and say things that make you not want to do it. And I do feel like this could be the situation for you. So you are going to want to keep quiet about it for a while. And that is sort of being reinforced here by the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is the king of communication. And in the reverse position, I'm feeling that he's holding himself back. He's keeping himself back. And this is what you're going to want to do in this situation. Like, even if you do start whatever it is, do keep it to yourself for a bit until you start to see the momentum building up. With the Seven of Cups here, it is, I do think, just again talking about picking and choosing who you tell, because the Seven of Cups is about a choice, and some of the choices are good. Like, as you can see here, it's the Aladdin story. So there is one GT's lamp, there's one good choice, but they're just not sure which one it is. So it is like, be very careful about who you tell that you're going to do this, because even though it will work out, I feel like if you get other people involved, they will start to, I feel like, hamper your enthusiasm for it, and I do think that will make you start to doubt yourself about it. And then I do want to come back here to the bring love in the situation. So sometimes to bring love into a situation, like, there's tough love and different things like that. So I do think in this situation, you're going to want to keep it to yourself just a bit. But again, you don't have to worry about that. Don't feel guilty about it or anything, because that is your way of bringing love into it. And I feel like that sometimes you might even want to talk to people about it to help you work through your fears. But I feel like in this instance, keeping it to yourself is the best way forward. Anyway, so I'm going to move on now to some of your oracle cards. The first ones I have for you are these Clow cards. I have two. So the first one is the Rain, and then the second one is the Silent. I'm just going to read those out to you. Okay, so I'm going to start here with the Rain, and the Rain says, finally things turn for the better. So to me, it's just like, again, victory is a short end, because I feel like you've done this before. And when it didn't really go well, you are wanting to step back, but this is just really a confirmation of saying, once you do it again, it will be a better result this time. And this card also does talk about a rain of blessings. So that is, again, this is a divinely guided situation. You should definitely go for it. And I do want to say that, like, this card also does talk about sometimes misfortunes are like, things are called as misfortunes are called blessings. So I do feel like with this, like, there might be something that happens that seems like a setback, but this is not really true. It's really going to propel you forward into what you actually want. So just make sure that when that does happen, you don't really get into a negative headspace. Just expect the real thing, the real blessing to come soon. And then next, I'm going to come here to the Silent. So the Silent says for thoughtfulness and a time for recharging. But what I'm really seeing it for you is like with the for thoughtfulness part, like, you're going to really want to make sure you think about who you tell about what's going to happen. Like, for some reason, I feel like for some of you, it could be maybe getting back together with an ex, like you want to try something again. And it is saying that this is okay, but do just remember that it is, when I'm recording this, and so because it is a time limited one, because it is for the full moon, it is Mercury retrograde. So make sure that when you do that, your communication is very clear and precise. But yeah, so you're going to really want to think about who you want to tell about the situation. And even if you don't tell anyone, it is okay to just be silent, because this is the silent card. So that's just something to think about for yourself. Okay, next I have one of these guided by the angel cards. And the one you have is number 39, which is Rahel. I'm just going to read that out to you. Okay, so Rahel says, he feels altruistic love for all on earth and considers them sons of God. He carries out exceptional healings with his hands and even with his mind, as well as through prayer and positive thoughts. His truth is eternal, fulfilling the karmic mission of overcoming the bad. He is always studying ways and means for overcoming evil. He believes in miracles, and these things happen through divine compassion. So for you, I'm feeling that it's really like the last sentence. So he believes in miracles, and these things could happen with divine compassion. Like, I'm feeling that for you, if the situation were to work out, you will feel like it was almost a miracle. And again, I do see that for you, it is possible. It is like the sort of outcome that you want. For some reason, I don't usually interpret these cards, but I have been drawn in by the image of the snake here. And I do want to say that it might be, again, someone in your field who will not be very happy about this situation and will try to talk you out of it. And with the snake, I'm saying they might even try to sabotage it. So do be a bit careful. Next, I have some lookout cards for you. So these are double-sided. So this side is sort of a tip, and then, or like a mindset sort of advice. And then this one is sort of an activity. I don't like the activities much, so I have another jar that I got for you, a mindfulness jar. Anyway, so the first card you have here is it may be stormy now, but it never rains forever. So that's for me, number one. With how it happened before, and I do think that when it happened before, it did take like sort of a knock out of you, because I do feel like whatever the situation is very important to you, but this part will come to an end. And it does remind me again about the rain card. So the rain card is saying that there might be something that happens that will like seem sort of bad, but it's actually a blessing. And then next we have protect your happiness, which is again to me about the communication and how you're going to want to keep it to yourself, because I do feel that there's someone around you that wants to sabotage the situation. And then the last one you have is you'll never fail as long as you get up after you fall. And that is, so I do think that this is something that has happened to you before, but if you try again, it is saying that victory is assured. You will be able to make it. Anyway, so the activities are make your bed every morning, make the most of your lunch break, get away from work and go for a walk and feel refreshed for the whole afternoon. And then the last one is go out of your way to see 5 beautiful things today. So you could do those if you want, but I have a new activity here for you. So I got this, and it is a picture of a statue with a very nice bum. Ooh. So it is the good posture challenge. For the whole day, try to bring your awareness to your posture. Whether you are sitting, laying down, or standing, just bring your attention to your body. This technique has an immediate grounding effect and restores our mindfulness. The goal is to be aware of the sensations that the body is feeling right at that moment. Whether your body feels the pressure of the chair you are sitting on, the ground under your feet, or a slight breeze on your arms, simply scan your body up and down and notice whatever sensations are present. You only have to do this for a minute or two, then return your attention to whatever task you are doing. The aim is to only try and remember to observe your posture and its sensations as often as you can throughout the day. So yeah, he does have a nice posture. That's maybe where he got the nice bum from. But anyway, pile one, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello and welcome to everyone who chose this blank card or sigil, and this is your reading. So once again, this reading is on the new moon in Aquarius. In general, new moons are good times for people to start manifesting what they want for the following month. So that's what we're going to look at today, for like to see what should be your goal. I'm going to explain that in just a minute. Yes, I know it's blank, but I do have just one blank card. It's not a mistake in there, so we'll see what it means in the context of your reading a bit later. We'll also be looking at your Moonology card just after I show you your tarot. After I read your tarot, I will be clarifying with some oracle cards a little bit later on. So the cards I got for you are the Devil, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles. The back of the deck, you have the Emperor reversed. And then clarifying those, we have the Knight of Coins reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, and the High Priestess. The back of the deck, you have the Tower reversed. Okay, so I'm going to come here first to your sigil, which is blank. So you'll see what it means, but like last time I had it, it did mean sort of like a fresh start to me. And the Moonology card you got means a personal issue reaches resolution. So yeah, I do think it could be just like a fresh start for you that's coming that you should be focusing on this month. And now we're going to move here to the back of your deck energy. So we have, again, the Emperor reversed and the Tower reversed. So what I'm sort of seeing here is that I think there was some sort of situation where you let go of some of your power, or not even just power, but like let go of something of you, like you compromised, and it was not really, even though I'm going to call it a compromise, but it wasn't really a compromise. It was something that you really were pretty much against and did not want to do. And the reason you did that was to avoid a tower moment. Like you wanted to sort of keep the peace of some sort of situation that you were in. And yeah, and I feel like because you did that, even though the peace was kept, you are sort of now in a more, I want to say, rough state. Like rough isn't really the word I'm looking for. It's more like I want to say, I just feel like you're not really gelling with the situation. Like you don't really want to be where you are because of whatever the compromise was. But that's coming to an end. Your personal issue is reaching resolution, so that's great. Anyway, I'm gonna come here to the Queen of Cups reversed and the Six of Swords reversed. So yeah, this is like the Six of Swords is about moving on to like more calm waters, and I feel like that's what you have avoided, if that makes sense. Like even though with here you compromised in order to avoid a tower moment, the tower moment, even though there would have been a big breakdown for you, it must have been like a new fresh start. It would have been more of a Six of Swords, because even though there might have been a lot of destruction and irreversible change, that change would have eventually for you led to something better. But however, because we're in the reverse position, it is saying that you kind of feel stuck where you are. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it is kind of reinforcing the Emperor for me here, because the Queen of Cups, sorry, not the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups is somebody who naturally she has a hand over her cup. She's protecting her emotions and she's protecting her feelings. But in this situation, I feel like when you compromised, whoever you compromised for, that is really going against what it is you wanted and what it is that you needed from the situation. But for some reason, I want to come here to the coral reefs, but I'm not really sure what the message is. There might be something individual here in the coral reefs for you. I'm not really sure. But I guess in general, coral reefs are animals, but they seem like plants. And they are protecting the fish that live around them. So I feel like the reason why you might have compromised is, again, is to protect somebody around you. Like, I want to say it might have even been a romantic situation with what you compromised on, but now you're not really feeling the way that you want, and the reason you did it was to sort of assist the other person more, if that makes sense. Anyway, so now we're going to come here to the Devil, and it's being clarified by the Knight of Coins in reverse. Yeah, with the Devil is a card about unhealthy attachments. And I do think that's why you probably did do the compromisation in the first place, is because whoever or whatever it is that you are still attached to or that you are trying to protect, it's a conditional attachment, if that makes sense. Like, if you would have refused, the other person wouldn't have bent in the same way that you have bent for them. And with this sigil here, I do feel like it is just really a call for you to have a fresh start. I do think you need to talk to the person and say what's really on your mind, because the way you are right now, you aren't very happy. So it might be a good idea for this for this new moon, for you to focus on trying to get whatever the situation is to a fresh start. I don't even want to say, it could be a more balanced start. I'm not really sure what your situation is, so bring more balance into it, or even just letting it go, starting over, that sort of thing, because you aren't whatever this is, even though I feel like you think you're happy sometimes, a lot of other times you aren't, and it's very topsy-turvy for you, and it's not a very healthy bond that you're in. With the Knight of Coins here in reverse, to me though, it is sort of just warning that I feel like, because the attachment is so strong, you don't really want to move on just yet. And that could be some from the Six of Swords as well in the reverse position, because the Six of Swords stays where they are, even though it's not where they actually want to be, even though it is something better off into the horizon, off in the distance. If there's not a coins here, it is to me just saying that, once again, you are sort of stuck where you are. You are putting energy into I want to say, it's just like you're just sort of pouring your energy down the drain almost, because this isn't a situation that's going to bear fruit for you. So yeah, do look out for that. It is really time for you to have a fresh start here. I do think it'll be kind of tough though, because this Devil in particular to me is quite ensnaring, and this deck is very ensnaring. So you might want to even think about this during the full moon as well, because the full moons are all about releasing and letting go of attachments. So for your pile, I want to say, try for this new moon to bring in a more balanced and more harmonious situation that you're in. And then for the new moon, try to let go of this unhealthy attachment. And then we have here for your outcome, the Queen of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by the High Priestess. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who goes out and gets what's there going out there for them, and you're not afraid to put in the work. And I do think this is where you're heading, even though right now you're very stuck into it. You're stuck in it. It is really saying for you, for this new moon, try to bring in what it is you really want. Try to bring in the abundance and the happiness that you really want and you really deserve. And as you can see in this card, she's like sort of looking off into the distance, like she's thinking about what it is that she really wants, what she really wants to have and acquire. And it is saying for you to go out and get that. And even if it's not totally possible for you to go out and get that, it's the thought that counts. Like when you start thinking about it, you're going to start bringing in the situation that you want, because I feel like where you are right now, you're so stuck in it, even though you know there's stuff out there better for you. You are sort of afraid to think about it because you don't want to, because you've already let go of your power just to try to keep the situation in. And if you try to go out and get it, it might feel like, why did I do that in the first place? But like, I want to say, don't think of it like that. Think about it. You tried something and it didn't work, and I tried to go and get what you actually do want. And with the High Priestess is sort of reaffirming the theme to me that you have to really start thinking about it, because the High Priestess is about intuition and higher knowledge and higher learning. And I feel like instinctively you know that there's something better out there for you. It's just that right now you are purposely keeping your mind blank, for purposely trying to stay away from the thoughts of that keyboard are nagging towards the edge of your mind. And it's really saying, think about it. Start planning for the future that you actually want, rather than the one trying to hold on to what you already have. So I'm going to start with your oracle cards now. So I got these ones first. These are Clow Cards, and the cards you got are the Wave, put it there, the Little, and the Loop. So I'm going to read those out to you. Before I talk about the Cloud cards, I do want to come back to the bring love into the situation. And I do think that for you to bring love into the situation is start to think about yourself and what you really want. Even though it is the new moon Aquarius, and Aquarius is about serving the greater good, I feel like in this instance you can't really help anybody else until you help yourself out of the situation. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to the Wave, and the Wave says a flexible attitude will bring good fortune. But for you, I don't think it might sound like on the surface that it means to like keep in the compromising mode, but it's not for you. It's not really saying that. For you, I feel like right now you are so stuck. This is not flexibility. You need to be more flexible and start to think about more options in order to reach the resolution that you want here, in order to become in a situation that is more happy for you. So then the next card we're going to talk about is the Little. So the Little says a small but meaningful transformation period. And to me, that's really just talking about this right here, because right now you're so stuck. I feel like even doing a little is going to really drastically change the way that you relate to the situation in the first place. Because right now you don't want to rock the boat in essence. And I do think that just putting the first steps is not going to rock the boat. It's going to steer the boat onto the right path. If that means you getting off the boat, that means you going off the boat. If that means changing the boat so there's a destination that everyone in the boat is happy with, that's what it means. And then the last card is the Loop. So the Loop says connection and chance to step up. And this is really your chance. This new moon is bringing in the chance for a fresh start and a fresh connection. Because I feel like if you don't do anything, this situation is literally going to leap on around itself over and over again. If it's not with this person, it's going to be somewhere else. This is time for you to step up and claim what you really want and tell the universe what you really deserve. Okay, so next I'm going to come to these, which are guarded by the Angel Oracle cards. And the card you have is number 14, which is Mabahel. So I'm just going to read that out to you. Okay. So number 14 is Mabahel. He is a code breaker of dreams, knowledgeable about material and spiritual laws, always positive and confident. He is an urban defender, especially of the interests of the innocent. His ego shows a strong presence of spirit, highly adaptable. He strives constantly for spiritual regeneration. He lives out noble intentions and behaves with dignity in all situations, although he gets impatient about things that do not matter. His good sense, calm nature, and insights gave him favor in all spheres of life. So for you, I'm just really seeing that the highly adaptable part, because I feel that you've been in this situation for so long, you don't know if you will be able to, like, what's it's going to be when you step out of it, but you will be able to adapt to the new situation. I'm just going to read the attributes out now in case you wanted to call on this angel. So the attribute is conservative God. His planet is Saturn. The angelic choir is thrones. The ruling hour is from 4:20 a.m. to 4:40 a.m. The reasons for invoking are to ask for impartial judgments, for protection against those who seek to pervert the good intentions of others, and to free us from negative attitudes. Okay. So next I have these lookup cards for you. So these are double-sided. I'm going to read out this side first. And these are sort of like tips or mindsets. So this says, don't let failure define you. And I do think that this is just really about the situation that you are in, because I feel that you've compromised so much. If you walk away now, it's going to be sort of like you feel like, what was that for? But don't let that define you, because by walking away, that's you stepping up, and that way you're not going to lose. The next one says, it may be stormy now, but it never rains forever. But that's really just talking about, to me, I do think that the situation that you have does have you in a lot of anxiety, but once you're able to walk away from it or go to what you more want, you will be a lot happier. And then the last one you have is, a year from now, you will wish you had started today. And that to me is just really about these sort of situations. I feel like you get yourself into a lot. And by walking away now, a year from now, or even if it's not a situation you got yourself into a lot, if you stay in it, a year from now, you're still going to be in it, if that makes sense. So just if you walked away now or was able to change the course that you are on now, it's going to be a lot better for you in the long run. So I'm going to read the other side now. And we have, put aside past differences and reach out to old friends. Make your bed every morning. And do you have an aftershave, an outfit, or a drink that you've been saving for a special occasion? Make that occasion today. So I don't actually like those very much, but I got this new thing, which is a mindfulness jar, and it has a mindful activity for you. So this is the one I cut for you, and it's like this woman with her arms outstretched. And it says, mindful breathing. This exercise can be done almost anywhere and at any time. All you have to do is focus on your breathing for just 1 minute. Start by breathing in slowly through your nose and out through your mouth. One cycle should take around 6 seconds. Let go of your worries, to-do list, and all other thoughts for a minute. Simply be still. Watch your breathing purposefully. Focus your senses on its pathway and how it flows through your body. Repeat this exercise at least 5 times today, not all at once. So yeah, that's a bit of something nice you could do if you felt cold too. But anyway, pile 2, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello, everyone who chose pile 3 with this sigil. Welcome to your reading. So I'm going to explain the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your cards first, your tarot. After your tarot, I'm going to clarify a little bit later on some oracle cards. Once again, this reading is on the new moon in Aquarius and what you should focus on for this new moon. In general, new moons are a time for manifestation and deciding on what you want for the following month. So these are the tarot I got you. So your first card is the Magician. Your second is the Three of Pentacles. And then your last card is the King of Wands reversed. For the back of the deck, we have the Prince of Pentacles reversed, which is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Clarifying those, we have the Five of Cups reversed, the Ten of Cups, and then for the last position, 2 came out, which was the Hanged Man reversed and Strength reversed. The back of the deck, you have the Magician. So your sigil means all parts of me are unifying. And then your Moonology card means step out of your comfort zone, which is the North Node. So just from that, I feel like there's a part of you that you have been repressing, and it's time for you to accept that part and bring it forward and start living that part of you within your life. Again, the new moon in Aquarius does have to do with being wacky and being a little bit out there. So it is, I think, a part of you that you might feel is non-conventional, that you have been sort of repressing. And it is, again, bring love into the situation, bring that part of you out, and like, let's have them out to play sort of thing. Anyway, so we're gonna go here to the back of the deck energy, which is the Prince of Pentacles reversed, which is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Magician. Yeah, this is really just saying to me that you are holding yourself up in some regard. The Prince of Pentacles in general is the most slow moving prince or knight. But in the reverse position, it's almost like they're stopped because they're so worried and like so hung up on the finer details in this, like just trying to make sure everything is perfect in what they're going to do. And I feel like in your case, it's more like you're just worried about what will happen, like the result of what will happen if you were to like sort of bring out that part of yourself that you have been repressing, or if it's not a part of yourself, or it's just something that you are hiding from everybody else. And because of this, that you are repressing, you're like sort of, I want to say, dampening your own like self, because the Magician is the card with the most potential, and they could literally manifest anything that they want into reality. And because you're holding yourself up and you're trying to hide and so worried about what the consequences are and things like that, you aren't getting what you want. And it's really, again, saying this all part of you are unifying. It's time to bring that part of you out and have it out, like bring your ideas out to surface. So I'm gonna come here, which is the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So Three of Pentacles is about building a foundation and apprenticeship and learning. So I feel like whatever it is that you are hiding, it's not something new to you. It's like, this is something that you have been, I want to say, hiding for a bit, but it makes you truly happy. And I feel like with the Three of Pentacles here, it is a, I want to also say it's a strong foundation of you hiding it from everybody else as well. Um, I want to almost say it's sort of like you sneaking around and doing something, and it's making you quite happy and fulfilled, but nobody else knows about it, and you're learning, you're getting like quite skilled in it, but it's not even well known yet. Though take it as it resonates, because I am sort of feeling like it's a second group watching it, where even if people do know about it, and people might know about it, it's just really saying that you have been at it for a long time, and you have been you have really made a strong foundation in it, and it's sort of saying, like, I want to say, yeah, you've been very studious in whatever this is. I do want to say that this is something you've been at a while. It might not be secret, so just to take that as it resonates, but it's just really showing that whatever this is, it's something that you're pretty diligent in making sure you keep up. And I am sort of seeing another meaning for this, because I do think with the step out of your comfort zone, for some of you, it could just be like saying to move on to, it's time to move on to a bigger project. Like even you're stuck over here in the apprentice side because you want to train more and you want to develop more, but it is saying it's time for you to sort of step up. But I do think it's just like sort of a two different group sort of energy. So next I'm going to come here to the Magician and the Five of Cups. So this is the second time the Magician is actually in your reading. So it is really just sort of reinforcing that theme of you being extremely abundant and extremely resourceful, and you can make whatever it is that you want to happen. And with the Five of Cups here in the reverse position, I want to say that in the past, something didn't go your way. I want to say that it was like sort of some sort of opportunity that didn't really lift off, or even for the first group that's sort of hiding part of themselves. I want to say that maybe you tried to express that in some way and it didn't go very well. But with this in the actual reverse position, it is sort of saying that you are now realizing that it's still a chance. You could still do it, even though like you have these three cups in the background. The Two of Cups, that's fell down. The Two of Cups are still here, and the Two of Cups is about like soulmate energy. It is about finding the thing that is right for you. So it is still in your energy, whatever had happened. And not, I don't mean that in a negative way. Like there is still chance for you to get what it is you want, because again, you have the Magician here twice. So it's very telling that you just need to say, okay, I want this, I'm going to do this, and then you'll be able to get it. I'm going to come here to the King of Wands reversed, which is clarified by Strength reversed and the Hangman reverse. So what the King of Wands is saying to me in this position is really just a warning, because I feel like right now you're putting a lot of your energy into the wrong thing. Like the King of Wands in the upright position is about fire. It's about a lot of fire, a lot of passion, and is a very go-getter energy. But what I'm feeling with you is that you are trying to achieve some things, but you're putting your efforts into the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Like for instance, if you're in the group that has been studying this for a long time and you're afraid to like step out of your comfort zone, like afraid to go into the next level, this is really just saying that I feel like, yeah, that when you're still here studying and training to the apprentice level, that's all you're going to be, and you're going to want to step up and come out of that energy. For that group with the Hangman, it is really again saying time to come out of that, to come. The Hangman in the reverse is somebody who's ready to wake up. This is a fairy tale card. It's Snow White. So in the reverse position is Snow White. Well, she's still like, frozen, dead. And now it's time for the apples to be dislodged. It's time for you to go on to the next level and start to come back and do what you need to do. And with the strength in the reverse position, it's sort of just saying to me that, it's time for you to stop holding on so tightly to what it is that you're comfortable with, and for you to start to move on into the next phase of what you want to go for. For the other group, the group that is sort of hiding parts of themselves, it's a very similar message. So like right now you're trying very hard. I believe, like, I do think that you are, the thing that you want, you have been taking steps towards it and you have been putting effort into it. It's just with you doing it in such like silent steps, and you're not really making an echo, if that makes sense. You're not making an impact, and it's just really trying to say it's time to get out of that. It's time to put your best foot forward, and it's time to make the tracks. And I do think that it does scare you a lot to do that, but it's really saying that you do have the magician here twice. It's time to unify that part of yourself with yourself, and it's time to, really go for it. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to these oracle cards. I have these cloud cards for you, and you got 3. So the first one is the glow. Then the second one is the thunder. And then the third one is the sword. So I'm just going to read those out to you. So I'm going to start here with the glow. And the glow says signs of good luck. So yeah, whatever, when you do this, again, you have the magician twice. Just when you push forward, like, you will get where you want to go. This is literally just saying it's good luck. It also does say all hesitation is lost, and what you should do naturally appears before your eyes. And that is literally once you decide to go to the next level, and once you decide to step out of your comfort zone and start to make your big tracks and big impactful steps, the next thing for you will appear. You might not really see it now, but it is coming, because you are literally going to manifest it. Then the next card you have is the thunder. So the thunder says good luck will come your way if you don't lose yourself. And that's really, again, it's time to unify. It is saying good luck, but it is time to unify what you want and what you're doing. It's time to make big steps. And it's not really saying lose yourself, but it's really trying to say to find yourself. Try to find the part of you that you already have. It's time to bring that forward. Like, if you think about it, thunder is loud. It's time to make loud impression on the world. And then the last card you have is the sword. So the sword says quest for truth, compensation, a destructive power sometimes. But for me, well, for you, it's just really saying, quest for truth. It's time to see what you think and see what you really want for this new moon. Like, bring whatever wacky idea that you have that you're trying to hide from yourself and from the world. Is trying to bring that forward. And it's time to, like, gain compensation, because it's like you've been putting effort into this steadily for a while. It is really just saying it's time to get your reward for that. But to be able to do that, you have to manifest it. You have the magician here twice. The magician just doesn't sit down and wait for things to happen. The magician goes out and makes what they want to happen. And that's what it's really saying for you. Go out there and get what you want. Then the next cards I have for you is this, which is a guided by the angel card. And the one you have is number 46, which is Mahiel. I'm just going to read that out to you. So, Mahiel says, his willpower in learning is outstanding. He is the center of attention due to his wonderful way with words. Aware with his own defects, he is tolerant and generous and understanding of everyone and always looks for the positive sides of things. He will usually keep the greater share of anything as long as it does not have a negative effect on others involved. He is mature and has enlightened intellect and could have a perfect body. Full of vitality, he knows how to balance reason with passion. He loves to love and to be loved, and protect his family with his great strength. He finds it difficult to detect betrayal and is a little naive in thinking that everyone is his friend. He angers quickly when treated unfairly. So for first thing that is like popping out to me is literally the first sentence. So his willpower in learning is outstanding, and I feel like you, pile 3, have done that especially. Like you've been putting in a lot of work in learning and in honing your skill, and also keeping the greatest share of anything, as long as it does not have a negative impact on others. By you coming into your power, it's not going to hurt anyone else. Like lighting your own candle is not going to dim another one, if that makes sense. It's just going to make the whole world brighter. So do go out and do what it is that you want, like what you really want, not the fake version, not the easy version, the wacky version, the one that you're trying to hide from yourself. So next I have these lookup cards for you. These are double-sided. So the first one we have for you is don't let failure define you. And I feel like this is here because you're afraid to fail in this situation. Like you're afraid to to put yourself out there, and if it doesn't work. But you do have the Magician twice. I don't think that a failure is really an option here. Like it might be some setbacks because that's just life, but keep on going out there, keep on going for it. And the next one you have is be your own superhero. So yeah, you have the Magician here twice. Go out and be who you want to be in the world. Be who you want to be and be who you want to see. And then the last one is be so good that they can't ignore you, which is, again, you've been putting in a lot of work here. It's just time to go to the next level. It's time to start making your tracks. And now I'm just going to read the other side to you. So these are more actions. The first one is, do you have an aftershave, an outfit, or a drink that you've been saving for a special occasion? Make that occasion today. It's okay to be offline sometimes. Disconnect and reconnect with yourself instead. And invest in a good pillow. Sleep is important, so make good sleep hygiene a priority. Personally, I don't really like those activities too much, so I've gotten a new mindfulness jar, which is a better activity for you to do in my opinion. So the one I got for you is this. Has a picture of chestnuts. Are these chestnuts? I think they're chestnuts. So let's see. It says mindful nature observation. This exercise is as simple as it is powerful. It is designed to connect us with the beauty of the natural environment. Choose a natural object, a flower, insect, tree, or anything really. Now relax and explore the object like you have never seen it before. Visually explore every aspect of it and connect it with the object and its role in the natural world for as long as your concentration allows. Do this exercise twice today. So yeah, you could do that if you feel called to. But anyway, pile 3, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But yeah, other than that, don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye. Hello, everyone who chose pile 4 with this sigil. Welcome to your reading. So I'm going to get to the sigil in just a second. I'm just going to show you your tarot first, and then once I finish with your tarot, I'm going to clarify with some oracle cards a little bit later. Yeah, so once again, this reading is on the new moon in Aquarius, and in general, new moons are a great time to focus on manifesting what you want for the next month. So yeah, I'm just going to see what that should be for you. So I'm going to start here. So the cards I drawn for you are the High Priestess reversed. Then you have the Ace of Hearts, which is the Ace of Cups. And then the last card you have is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The back of the deck, you have the Eight of Swords reversed. Ooh. Then clarifying those, you have the Temperance. Then you have the Hierophant. And lastly, you have the King of Wands reversed. The back of the deck, you have the Six of Swords reversed. So yeah, I'm gonna go here to your sigil now, and your sigil means I love all of my aspects. And the Moonology card that you have means it's time to take action. A bit different together, didn't expect that combination, but we'll see what it means with the rest of the reading. Okay, so I'm gonna come here to the back of the deck energy, and you have the Eight of Swords reversed, clarified by the Six of Swords reversed. But to me, it's just saying that with the Eight of Swords, it's time to unbind yourself. Like, I feel that for you, you have something, like you've been in a situation, and in the situation you kind of felt like there was nowhere for you to turn or nothing for you to do. However, in this reverse position, you are starting to come back into your own power. Like, if you think about the Eight of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's like a girl and she's tied up by like some toilet paper, and she could just literally break free, and there's like literally swords around her, so even if she's not strong enough, she has the tools around her to do so. And in the reverse position is sort of coming into that, starting to see, okay, I actually could do this, or I could use that. And like, you know, you're seeing your options and your resources around you. With the Six of Swords in the reverse position, it's sort of like, I want to say not the opposite, but it's sort of like, even though you're starting to come into your own power, it's almost like you're afraid to move on to the next situation, if that makes sense. So it's like, even though you realize you can now break free, you have these options, it's more like something's holding you back. I feel like you're a bit afraid to see what's on the other side of you breaking free. But with the new moon in Aries, it is saying it is time to take action. So, you know, it is like, it is that time. So I'm going to come here to the Ace of Hearts and the Hierophant. So with the Ace of Hearts, it's sort of like, it's not really a relationship reading, but I feel like there's something new, an emotional refresh is coming to you, like something new emotionally wise, and it's going to be quite a strong situation, quite like, I don't want to, it could be a marriage, or maybe you guys are very what's the word I'm looking for, very, like, you know, like this, like you are together, it's very settled, I want to say. Or it could be that you are already in a relationship like that. But I do, if it was like that, I want to say it sort of happened fast, because like the Ace of Hearts is like the new thing coming in, and then with the Hierophant, it's like you locking it down. So it's like something really sort of fresh and exciting that came your way. And you do have bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aries. And so I feel like with this all combined so far, it's just sort of saying that, I don't know, I want to say maybe that you're already in some sort of relationship in the first place, and now something new is coming in, but you're afraid to make that new, and you realize, like, you know, you can go with the other person, but you're sort of afraid to make that move because you are with the old person still. Um, and I feel like with whatever the old situation is, there's a part of you that you've been blocking off with the I love all of my aspects. I'm sorry if you can't really see it. I wrote it in like a metallic Sharpie, so sometimes my light kind of hides it. But anyway, um, yeah, but this saying it's time to take action. I do think it's time for you to really now make a decision on which way you're going to go. It doesn't have to be a relationship, like it could be a job situation or something like that, but whatever it is, it does have a lot of emotion tied up into it. And with the Hierophant here, I want to say that it is something that's the old situation is something that's been kind of well established, and with the new situation, it's sort of like um something else is trying to take that position now. Like if it's a job, it's like maybe you have been working for a small company for a number of years, so you're very close with the owners and stuff like that, and now you have a new offer and you don't know if you want to take it. But yeah, I'm seeing that for you so far. Ugh. Okay, next we're going to come here to the High Priestess reverse, clarified by Temperance. So the High Priestess in the reverse position is sort of saying that at the moment you're not really listening to your intuition and to your higher self. Like, I feel like with all this, like with the Six of Swords here, you know you're on water, but it's in the reverse. And the Ace of Cups, you know, is more about water and more intuition here. But at the moment you're just not listening to it, because I feel like you do have a lot of emotions tied up into the situation. Yeah, so with her, it's really just really a call for you to start to listen to that quiet inner voice that you have, that you know where the right situation is going. Because right now, I feel like that part of you is calling out to you. It's just that you don't want to listen to it because you want to. I feel like you're not almost trying to make the decision. I feel like you're making the decision based on sentimentality rather than what's actually best for you and the other party in the situation. Because if, let's say, if it's a relationship, if you're thinking about somebody else, that means you're not really giving your full attention to the person you're in a relationship in the first place, and it's not really fair to them. Anyway, so I'm going to come here to Temperance, and Temperance is, yeah, just really again a call for you to come back into that. You have to balance the part of you that has the compassion for the other party and the part of you that has the compassion for yourself, and you really need to just come into balance with your feelings and your logic and anything else that's going on in the situation, and for that way you can make the best decision. And you can't really hide from the decision. Like, you know, you have right here, it's time to take action. You have to, but yeah, you have to go and think about it, and it's time to really face it. And you have, again, bring love into the situation. Bring with you having like compassion for the situation and the other people in the party, you're going to be able to make the best decision. And I'm not sure if it applies in this situation, but you have over here, I love all of my aspects, and it could just be a call for you to try to integrate the two somehow. I don't know what the situation is, and the situation is for you personally, but do see if there is a way for you to do both, if that makes sense. And if it, like, yeah, do both, if that makes sense. But anyway, so now here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands reversed. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, I'm in the reverse position. It's sort of just saying to me that you need to see each opportunity for what they have, because at the moment, I feel like you're sort of running yourself ragged trying to balance both of them, if that makes sense. The Queen of Pentacles, or even not trying to balance both of them, just focusing your mind on one thing. And you're really, yeah, you're really draining yourself, and not, if like, it's almost like if you're trying to juggle a dozen eggs, all of them are going to fall to the ground. Like you're going to want to choose in specifically. And that's what I'm also seeing sort of with the King of Wands here, because the King of Wands in the upright, he is somebody who's very like resilient, and he's able to put passion and energy in what he does. But at the moment, because you're trying to sort of balance both of them without by choosing neither, by choosing both, you're kind of choosing neither. And with that, it's like it's sort of draining you once again. Like you don't have any passion, you don't have any energy for either of them. You're just trying to make, I don't even want to say trying to make everybody happy. You're just trying to make yourself happy by avoiding the decision. And by doing that, you're not really doing your best. But it is time to make a decision. It's time to choose one. And I feel like one of the reasons why you haven't chosen one is because you don't want to like hurt the other party. But I love all of my aspects here. It is really saying that by choosing yourself, you're not going to be hurting somebody else, if that makes sense. Like it might hurt them in the short term, but in the long run, by choosing what you really want, it is the best decision for everybody involved. So now I'm going to come here to your oracle cards. The first ones I have drawn for you are these Clow Cards. So you got 3. The first one is the Create. The second is the Maze. And then the third one is the Voice. So I'm just going to read these out to you. So first we're going to start with the Create. And the Create says abundant passion, the blooming of passion. So it's really talking about, again, following your passion. Follow the thing that's making your heart sing more. Like, again, I feel like you are starting to come into a space where you realize you could choose your own way, and you could choose the way that you want to go forward. And this card is saying really to express that, and express that to both of the parties in the situation. Like for this new moon, I think that you should be focusing on creating what it is that you want from the situation. Like manifest it, bring it into being. Then the next card you have is the Maze. So the Maze says losing confidence and confusion. And I do think it's just really about where you are right now, because you are confused about which way you want to go. But again, you do have the Create here, and the Create is saying just choose. Once you choose which one you are more passionate about, you will be able to find your way out of the maze. Just is really saying it's time to express what it is that you want, not just to yourself and to the other parties, but to the universe, and bring that in. It is the new moon. The new moons are about times of manifestation. So once you choose what it is that you actually want, it is going to be that much easier for you to get it. You can't get something that you don't know what you want, if that makes sense. Anyway, so then the last card you have is the Voice. So the Voice says, I want to make friends, relationships properly, resulting in feelings. But For you, I do think it's just really saying it's time to voice what you want. Voice it to the parties, voice it to the other people in the situation. And I'm sort of like focusing in on this green badge that she has on her chest. The green, it is representative of the heart chakra, so it might be a good idea for you to do some like heart chakra meditations or try to put energy into that, if that makes sense, and if that does resonate with you. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to here. You have the next oracle card I had for you is this guided by the angel card, and the card you have is number 8, which is Kahatel, and I'm just going to read that out to you. Okay, so Kahatel says he has a harmonious character, balancing the spiritual with the material. He is mature and masters his impulses due to his maturity. However, he sometimes feels disconnected from his social group, family, and friends. He has a clear view of the world and its laws and always goes the furthest in what he proposes to do. He follows his heart with great intuition and shows humility in transmitting his knowledge and wisdom. For you, it is really just really the two parts. He follows his heart. He follows his heart with great intuition. So it is follow your heart and do listen to your intuition and what it is saying, because your intuition won't guide you wrong. I'm just going to read out the attributes now in case you want to call on this angel. So the attribute is adorable God. The planet is Neptune. The angelic choir is Seraphim. The ruling hour is from 2:20 a.m. to 2:40 a.m. The reasons for invoking are to protect people and beings, to expel evil spirits or obsessive negative thoughts, to obtain God's compassion and blessing, and to favor agricultural production. So that's him. Okay, so the next cards I have for you are these lookup cards. These are double-sided, so I'm going to read the goat side out first, and these are sort of like a tip, and then the other side is sort of like an activity. I don't really like the activity, so I have something else for that if you were interested. Anyway, so first we have your past does not equal your future, and I don't really think that this is meant to be taken literally. I do think it's just saying, like, you know, with the Eight of Swords here, you are sort of coming into a realization that you do have more control over the way that you are living your life. So it's just saying that you're not going to be going back into that energy. Then the next one we have is do more for the world than it does for you. And with that, I'm just sort of seeing, like, you know, make a choice, do something. I'm not really seeing more than it does for you. It's just really saying make a choice and do something and choose what it is that you want going forward. And then the last one you have is forget the mistake, remember the lesson. And for you, I'm just sort of seeing that as, like, again over here with the Eight of Swords energy, you know, you are able to move out of that and you're going to be in a better place going on. Now I'm going to read the backs to you. So the first one says, write down a list of everything you would like to accomplish in the next year. Actually, I like that one, but for the new moon in Aquarius, I would say just for the month, really, or at least until the full moon. The next is revisit a hobby or an art activity that you enjoyed doing as a child. And then the last one is smile at any chance you get. So as I said, well, you could do those if you like. I don't really like them that much. So as I said, I have this for you. It's from a mindfulness activity jar that I got. And so the one I got drew for you has these keys on it. And on the other side, it says mindful awareness. This exercise is designed to cultivate a heightened sense of awareness and appreciation for simple daily tasks and the results they achieve. First, think of something that you do every day more than once that you take for granted. For example, unlocking a door. Stop for a moment as you put the key into the lock. Feel the mechanism at work and how your body and the lock works together. Notice how you feel in the moment and when you first prise open the door and how you feel about where the door will lead you. Pick a task and do this process for it the whole day. Anyway, so that's a little mindful activity you could do if you would like. But yeah, other than that, pile 4, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. But don't forget to carpe your damn diem. Bye bye.